Hi everybody, this is Sherry with upperdowntherebeautiful.blogspot.com. I was asked by Treat Dreams 123 to do a tutorial on the charms that I make and the keychain charms, and I thought I'd show you a couple first. They look real long. Let me zoom out here. Okay, there we go. This is the charms, and I've just put, I try to put maybe 3 charms, 3 different ones. What do I got on this one? I guess I only have 2 on this one. Usually I put 3. Nope. Yep, 3. 2 on that one. And this one I did in pastels, and then this one I did in brighter colors, and I added a large bling at the bottom. And then I've got 3 charms on this. And what I did was I took a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper. I cut 3.5 inches off of the side of the paper, off the length. And then I folded it in half, and I used my paper piercer, and I punched a hole there, one on each side of the key ring, and then in 2 different spots going down the charm. And then I use, let me see if I have it still here on my desk. Yeah. I use just some thin 25 gauge or 26 gauge wire. And I use that, and I fold it over, and I push it through, and then I twist them in the back, and then I tape them down so they lay flat. And then on the back, now if I'm going to send this to someone and I know who it's going to be for, before I tape it closed, I can write a note on here, but you can still write on it after it's been tape closed. You just got to be a little strategic and work around, you know, all of the bobbles. And then whenever you tape it closed, then the back looks all nice and neat, and nobody can see your wires. So that is, and then it fits into a standard business size envelope, so that works out really good. What I did was I went ahead and did the charm, some of the charms up. I left one so I could show you, because it takes a while to do them, and I didn't want to take too much of your time. This one just has the 2 seed beads and then the single dyed jade bead. I put 3 charms on this one, and I put one of my lampwork beads on this, and a real pretty, oops, can't hold on to anything tonight, and a real pretty charm. Another, this was just a simple 2, and then the charm at the bottom, and another 2, and this one I added a link right here in the center to attach the 2 beads, and this is what I'm going to show you how to do. Oops, see, one of my ones came apart because I didn't take the time to tighten it down, and I'll fix that one in a minute. And just a single, now this was just a chain of 3. Let me take a minute and fix this one because I didn't tighten it down. Which, what I normally do is at the end, when I'm done doing my charms and I've got them all together, I will go and tighten up all of the little links so that, let me loosen this one so I don't have to fight. And I just bend it back with my pliers and slip that on, and then pinch them back together. And but I try to do that at the end with my regular pliers, because that way you're sure that all your pieces are together. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to use my regular pliers now. And because you can just kind of get a better grip with these ones. And I'm going to do it again up here because I still didn't get that real tight. And that just mushes it together a little closer, and you don't have to worry about your things falling off. And then you don't have to use jump rings, But on this one I chose to because I want my beads to hang a little looser. And you always bend your jump rings this way, left and right. That way it doesn't compromise the metal like it would if you bent it out. And so that goes over there, and we're going to start on the last charm. And what I do is I go through and I pick out the beads that I want. This one is going to be for me, so I like pinks and purples and pastels, so that's what I picked out, and I love lampwork beads. What you do is you put your bead on. Now if you're going to hang a charm from it, you need to use let me get one so you can see it here. You need to use one that looks like this and has the little hook. I can't hold it right there. It has the little hook on the end. That way you can attach your charm here. But since I've already got all of my charms attached, we're going to go with just the plain eye hook. Not quite 1/2 inch. And we're going to snip it right there. Now when I start snipping it and there's just little pieces, I try to turn it so it goes down into my dish, which is just a little Stampin' Up! Plastic container, so that they don't go flying all over the floor or my desk or whatever. Now you can do this a couple ways. You can turn your wrist, hold on to the bead and turn your wrist, or you can hold on to the bead and push it around with your thumb. And that pretty much keeps your wrist stationary, because after a while, and you may want to rotate back and forth even and do them both ways, because after a while your wrist gets a little sore. And so there's the first one. We've got it on. Now we're going to get ready to do the next one, and we're going to get the piece that we snipped off. You put it at the end of your pliers and twist it around there like that. It makes your loop, and then you just bend it back just a smidge so that it makes the loop right above the long piece. Then you get your next bead, add it on, and bring it down. Now we're going to get ready to clip this off, and because it's shorter, I'm going to turn my pliers so that when I clip it, it goes down into the little base. And because I definitely don't want this to look like a 3D movie with a piece of wire shooting up at all of you guys. And then it just lands right in the little dish. So then we get our round nose pliers again. Now see how this is turned and the opening is toward me? What I try to do is then turn this one in the opposite direction. And this one I did by turning my wrist. I just like that. And so you turn your wrist and then bend your little loop back. Now we're going to connect the two. And I'm going to switch to my other pliers here. And I'm just going to squeeze that down a little because I don't want it to come loose. Okay, now I'm going to get another piece that I had from a different charm, because I still need loops on both ends, so I can always make my own loops. There's no sense in using your eye pins if you don't need to, when you can make your own and you don't have to waste any of your wire. Turn it, take it off, and then just shift it back a little so that your loop is right over top of your wire again. And you get your next bead out, which sometimes these are a little tricky. If you can come up with a better bowl to hold them in, that would be great, but this is what I have, so this is what I work with. And getting ready to cut it off. And that one just kind of clipped off it. Whoops, it's too much. I wasn't paying attention. There we go. Okay. And we turn it back around here. Get a hold of it with our round nose pliers. And this one I'm going to twist with my wrist. And sometimes you don't get it all the way, so you just have to reposition and go back. And open it up a little so you've got room to attach your bead. And use your other pliers to press it down so that you get a good tight fit there, so your beads don't slip off. There you go. That's our charm. Now here's what I do. I take my chain and I don't cut it because I don't know how long it's necessarily going to need to be. And I don't want to waste any of my chain because some of these can get to be pretty expensive. So I'm going to take the bead I want to be at the bottom. Whoops, I hit my container. There is a little bug flying around because the back door was open and it's driving me crazy. Okay, and I'm going to attach it to the bottom loop here on my chain. See that right there? Attach it right there and then bend my jump ring back. And then I just look at my beads and I see what I want next, how I think they're going to hang good, or whatever, which direction I think I want them to hang. Now, if you don't want them to if you don't want to use jump rings, you don't have to, because you already can build the loop right in. I showed you that. But if you're going to make them where you just, I'm going to attach a jump ring to this one because I forgot. But if you're going to do some like this one right here where it's just one, if you don't attach a jump ring to it, then sometimes it'll stick straight out and you don't want that. So, oh my golly, this crazy little gnat. Now what I try to do is normally go up 3 or 4 lengths. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 4 because I don't want it to hang right. I don't want it to hang lower than my other bead. And one of my beads came off again because I still, for some reason, this thing is really fighting me tonight. And I don't know why. So let's get that one back on. It's the same one that came off earlier. I apparently did not have it gripped down there good. And definitely go over your beads again when you get, after you figured out how you want them all to hang. You know, go back with your pliers and make sure that you clamp those down real good. Okay, so we've got our first 2 charms hung on there. So instead of doing, I already did 3, so I think I'm going to switch to, let's see. No, I don't want to put those 2 collars together, so I think we'll go with this one. And, okay, so we open the jump ring back up. We count up our 3 or 4 lengths here. 1, 2, 3. See where it would lay. I like where that's hitting right there. And because I don't like them to be right on top like this, because then they stick out. I like to stagger them. That's just me again. You know, you do this however you feel you want to do it. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another one that has a charm. But this one is a little chunkier. These 2 charms are a little heavier. So I kind of want them to hang at the bottom. I like for the weight to be distributed more toward the bottom. But you know what? That's going to have to go up higher for it to hang the way that I want it to hang and be like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it on, and let's see how many links we did there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 4, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that like that because I like that look. And then I'm going to go with my next charm and put it on. I'll count up here. Let's see. One, 2, 3. I'm going with 4. I don't like to go more than 3 or 4, but again, that's my preference. So here we're going. Now I'm going to add my next one, which is just the little single one, and spread my charm apart here. Now this one I'm sure I'm not going to go but 3, because if I went any further than that, there would be an empty space. And then this is my last one. Okay, and let's see where we want it to hang. Okay, I'm going to do 4 on that one. Okay, so here's how our charm is looking right now. Okay, now I'm going to take my wire cutters and I'm going to go, this one is where, right here is where this is where my last charm is. This is where my jump ring is going to go. So we're going to clip this right here. So we didn't waste any chain on this charm because we kept it all connected to the full length. And this is actually a piece of jewelry that I dismantled and kept the chain. And I'm going to get my larger jump ring now, and I'm going to open it up. Find the top charm again, or the top link again. Well, can't get a hold of it right. Okay, there we go. Well, there we don't go. It's past my bedtime, apparently. Okay. Find my top link again. Add my jump ring and then turn it back. Now, I have quite a few silver. What is the deal with this? Okay, I'll put it back on. I have quite a few silver chains and charms, and I don't have a lot of the, I don't know what this is called. To me, it's a gold collar. So I didn't want to put a silver keychain at the top, so I went with a purple one because I put purple beads on. So, and I got these keychains like this at Walmart. I don't know that they still carry them, because I bought it a long time ago, but I did find these at Walmart, so you might want to, let me see if I can find yeah. It's one of these, it was actually in the kids section where they have the kids craft activities and like the pipe cleaners and things like that. That's where I got these. So, and they did have some silver ones in them too, but, so there we go. There's our chunky charm keychain. I hope you all like it. I love this charm. Anna gave it to me. But I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think and give it a try. And if you give it a try, please let me know so I can see what you did. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. Bye.